I'll be honest, I was very mixed on the new Sonos app when it first came out. On one hand, I thought it was a pretty big upgrade as far as the interface goes since it got rid of all the menus and submenus from the last version, but on the other hand, it was very unfinished. There had a lot of issues like speakers wouldn't group properly and features were missing, and sometimes it couldn't even find the speakers that were on my network. But Sonos just came out with an update that seems to fix a lot of the bigger issues, and even though there are still some things missing, I honestly feel like it's starting to become what it should have been on launch, and I'm really excited for it. First of all, I really appreciate the simplicity. When I first used the last version of the app, I just kind of found all the menus and the submenus to be a little tedious to navigate from time to time. I mean, it worked, but I just kind of wish that the app was a bit simpler to use as a whole. And honestly, this is probably my favorite new aspect of the new app. Everything is just there in front of you. Menu at the forefront, search just below that, speaker management at the bottom. There's no need for any extra menus because everything you need is just kind of right there. And I'm glad we actually have a dark mode this time around. That being said, the new layout does take a bit of getting used to, but once you start to find your way around, I've honestly found that it's a bit easier to use as well. I like how you can just swipe up to see your speakers and control all the basic functions right from the menu. I also really like the division between the speakers and the headphones and the settings menu, and it'll be interesting to see how Sonos builds on this in the future. Of course, this is all just my opinion, and I understand that not everyone's gonna find the new app easier to manage, but I personally really appreciate what Sonos is going for. Even though I didn't have any issues with the last version's interface, I think that the new one is just a lot more refined. Things like the current speakers zooming in and out when you pull up your list of speakers, and the rounded corners here and there, and how the home menu fades into the search bar. All these little details just add that little bit of refinement and premiumness, if you will, that just kind of brings everything into the 2020s. Again, the last version didn't have any issues by itself necessarily, but when you start to compare it to this version, you really start to appreciate all those little details that the last version didn't have. But as much as I like the app, I still don't think it completely lives up to the last version. I mean, there's still a few missing features here and there, like the sleep timers, which really should have been included right off the bat. I mean, it's a feature that I used to use all the time, and now that it's gone, the only real alternative is to stream to your speakers with AirPlay and then use Spotify's built-in sleep timer. It's not ideal by any means, and considering that Sonos is a premium brand, I just really wish they included that right off the bat. But credit where it's due, the new version is really starting to shape up. The most recent update seems to fix some of the more broken aspects of the app, like getting errors when you try to group speakers together, or just the app not finding your speakers at all. Honestly, it seems like the update actually patched all of this, which is definitely a major step forward. And once Sonos adds all the missing features, I really think that this new app is going to be the best one that they've ever made. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Adios.